This right here is a company called Lincoln National. It's a fairly large life insurance firm that's quite literally so old that when it was started, the founders actually asked Abraham Lincoln's son whether it was okay to use his father's likeness in their company branding. He agreed, and over the past 117 years, Lincoln National has grown to be the fifth largest life insurance company in all of America. However, things aren't so hot right now in the life insurance business, evidenced by the fact that last year, meaning in 2021, Lincoln National reported a 163% increase in death benefits that were paid out under their group life insurance policies. Now, this development came in the form of annual statements, which Lincoln National filed with the different state insurance departments throughout the entire country, and these documents were first obtained by the Crossroads report through an open records request. Now, up on your screen, you can see a document that they obtained, which was initially filed with the Michigan Department of Insurance and Financial Services. Although it is worth noting that even though this document was filed in Michigan State, the numbers on that document are nationwide. And so they give us a broad glimpse into what is happening across the entire country in regards to their life insurance business. And according to these records, they showed that over the past 3 years, here's what Lincoln National paid out in death benefits under their group life insurance policies. In 2019, which was the year right before the pandemic, so it's essentially the baseline, it was a little over $500 million. Then in the year 2020, which is when the pandemic first began, they paid out approximately $548 million, which is about a 9% increase. However, in the year 2021, which was the second year of the pandemic, as well as the first year of the mass vaccination program, which saw almost 260 million Americans across the entire country get the shot, Lincoln National paid out a stunning $1.4 billion. And if you do the math on that, it works out to be a whopping 163% increase over the previous year. Now, it is worth mentioning that these annual statements that are filed with the individual states do not show the actual number of claims. They only show the total dollar amount that those claims paid out, meaning that they don't actually spell out exactly how many more deaths are represented by this 163% increase. However, there is a workaround. There is a way that we can get a rough estimate of the number of deaths, because according to the Society for Human Resource Management, the average death benefit for employer-provided group life insurance is 1 year's salary. And so then all we have to do is do the math. If the average annual salary of people covered by group life insurance policies in the U.S. is around $70,000, then we just take the amounts that Lincoln National paid out in the year 2020 and in the year 2021 in order to get an estimate of the number of deaths. And after doing this, it shows that in the year 2021, there might have been 20,647 deaths of working adults, again, that were just covered by this one insurance company. And as you can see, that will be an over 100% increase in the number of deaths from the prior year. At least according to this calculation, there would have been approximately 12,000 more deaths in the year 2021 as compared to the year 2020. And again, just to mention that it's only for people that are covered by this one insurance company. However, that is not the full picture, because besides these numbers for group policies, these financial documents also showed the numbers for ordinary death benefits, meaning benefits paid out not under a group policy, but rather under individual life insurance plans. And those numbers, they likewise saw a spike over the past 3 years. In 2019, which is, again, the baseline, the year prior to the start of the pandemic, Lincoln National paid out $3.7 billion in ordinary death benefits. Then, in the year 2020, it went up to $4 billion. And then, in 2021, it went all the way up to $5.3 billion. Now, in terms of why these numbers are increasing so much, Lincoln National published a press release alongside these documents attributing their net operating loss to what they refer to as non-pandemic related morbidity. Here's specifically what they wrote in their statement. Quote, Group Protection reported a loss from operations of $41 million in the quarter compared to a loss from operations of $26 million in the prior year quarter. This change was driven by non-pandemic related morbidity, including unusual claims adjustments and less favorable returns within the company's alternative investment portfolio. The total loss ratio was 88% in the current quarter compared to 87% in the prior year quarter, with the increase driven by unfavorable non-pandemic related morbidity and unusual claims adjustments. Now, I wanted to mention that the term morbidity is officially defined as, quote, the condition of suffering from a disease or medical condition. And so, taking that definition into consideration, what the statement appears to be saying is that this spike in the number of deaths has to do with non-COVID related or non-pandemic related diseases. And actually, in this regard, Lincoln National is not alone. That's because not only did Prudential Insurance, as well as Northwestern Mutual, likewise show a significant increase in the number of deaths, but also, according to another investigation that was likewise conducted by Crossroads Report, there's a life insurance company based out in Indiana called One America, which saw deaths spike by approximately 40% in the year 2021, specifically among people aged 18 to 64, otherwise known as the working age population. Now, One America is a giant $100 billion insurance provider that has likewise been around for a long time, for the past 145 years. However, in all that time, in all those 145 years, they have not seen a death rate as high as it is now. That's at least according to a statement that was made by their CEO. Here's specifically what he said, quote, "We are seeing right now the highest death rates we have seen in the history of this business, not just at One America. The data is consistent across every player in that business. The increase in deaths represents huge numbers, and it's not elderly people who are dying, but primarily working age people 18 to 64 who are the employees of companies that have group life insurance plans through One America. And what we saw just in the third quarter, we're seeing it continue into the fourth quarter, is that death rates are up 40% over what they were pre-pandemic. Just to give you an idea of how bad that is, a 3 sigma or a 1 in a 200-year catastrophe would be 10% increase over pre-pandemic. So 40% is just unheard of. And then, just like the statement that was made by Lincoln National, the CEO of One America said that most of these death claims are classified as non-COVID deaths. Here's what he added, quote, "What the data is showing to us is that the deaths that are being reported as COVID deaths greatly understate the actual death losses among working age people from the pandemic. It may not all be COVID on their death certificate, but deaths are up just huge numbers." Now, naturally, the next logical question would be what exactly is leading to such a large uptick in non-COVID related deaths? Because initially, when I saw these deaths, well, I thought that these might be comorbidities, people dying from some underlying condition that was exacerbated by COVID. However, according to these statements, that does not appear to be the case, because these insurance companies are making the specific claim that these deaths are non-COVID and non-pandemic related deaths. And so what exactly is going on? Well, it's not clear. And of course, I don't get into speculation. I only report to you the facts. And the facts are, according to these documents, that Lincoln National is seeing a 163% increase in death benefits, while One America is seeing a 40% increase in the number of deaths. If you'd like to comb through these documents for yourself, or if you'd like to read the original investigative pieces from Crossroads Report, I'll throw all those links down into the description box below this video so you can peruse them for yourself. And all I ask in return is that you take a super quick moment to smash that like button so this video can be shared out to ever more people via the YouTube algorithm. And also consider subscribing to this channel as well. That way you can get this type of honest news content delivered directly into your YouTube feed every single weekday.